hearts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
I'm sure also here in the audience there's some young adults that were not born yet, but have seen the images and heard the stories of that tragic day. You've heard this. It's important for us to never forget. Never forget the acts of heroism that occurred on that day, including the police, fire, EMS, and other first responders who lost their lives saving others. And you've heard those numbers already. I think it's important to also look back and find the stories that you might not be aware of. This happened to me recently as I was looking through, as I do every year, different stories, and I came upon one that was unknown to me and maybe unknown to you, what I would consider heroism on that day. As you can imagine, when the plane struck, people were trying to get out of Manhattan. The only place they could go is they ended up on the seawall and had nowhere to go to evacuate. They didn't know what was going to happen. They didn't know if another plane was going to strike. The Coast Guard, seeing this, put out a call for help for all in any boats to start picking people up near the seawall. During that time, they were able to evacuate over 500,000 civilians. 500,000 civilians. To put that into context, in World War II in Dunkirk, 339,000 British and French soldiers were evacuated. That took 9 days. On this day, on September 11th, it took human beings like you and I, everyday citizens, 9 hours to evacuate 500,000 citizens. That in of itself is a miracle.
I am honored to participate in this memorial commemoration that marks the passage of 2 decades since the days that our lives were dramatically changed. As we pause, we know that 9/11 is etched in the minds of every American as we all gathered around our television sets to watch the horrors happen in our country. We embraced those near us as we held our breath in fear of the unknown. As we learned that almost 3,000 innocent lives were lost, including military personnel, first responders, just regular people, some traveling and others just going about their regular everyday business, we stood in shock and horror.